Good morning. This is Tammi Morrison of Unleashing Your True Self. I am your resident angel intuitive here. I'm super excited to be here this morning. This is Monday morning coffee with Tammi. So I'm excited for you to come in the room, join me. Let's talk a little bit. So, 2020 has been a year that has not been without its drama. And if you're like me, you don't even like drama. Drama is just not cool. Hey, Phyllis, thank you for joining me. So good to see you live. Um, but I'm just super grateful for the shifts that have happened in my life. And so, what do I mean by that? I mean that I have learned so much in this year about myself. I have learned so much about how to shift energy, not only for myself, but for my clients. I have learned so much um, gratitude for the things in my life. I have learned how to stop complaining, which I'm not a really big complaining person. However, to me, if you complain at all, then it's too much. So that's one of the things that I have decided that I'm shifting in my life. I'm just like not going to do it. And every time I catch myself, I arrest the thought. So, what I did, I pulled a card for all of us this morning. I'm not going to be before you long because I just got off work, but I committed to doing morning coffee this morning, and I have really honestly been at this place where I want to honor my commitments, if at all possible. Now, if it was something crazy, like, if I got sick with the Rona or something like that, or I was just too out of it, like some of the days that I have dealt with, then I would shut it down, of course. However, I committed to coming on here and speaking with you guys for morning coffee, which today I don't have coffee. However, I decided that it was time for me to show up. So, I pulled a card for all of us for the collective. And the card that I pulled was Speak Your Truth. Speak Your Truth. And that, you can pack so much into that. So much into that. Because as women in particular, we a lot of times do not speak our truth like we should. Sometimes we hold back. And so, you're so welcome, Phyllis. We hold back. We just really we hit the pause button and we hold back. We hold back for our kids. We hold back for our spouses. We hold back for people that we work with. We hold back for people that we go to church with, people that we socialize with. We hold back. So this morning, the angels have showed up to tell us to speak our truth. Speak our truth. Thank you for joining, Kim. Thank you for joining, Starshima. So the thing is it's not always easy to do that. It's not always easy to speak your truth. And I believe this is the reason why we keep getting these messages. Hey, Tina, thank you for joining. We keep getting these messages about speaking our truth because it's not easy. It's one of those things that we have to consciously begin to do. And I know as for me, I have pushed my truth down so much and I have squashed it so far down because for me it was a coping mechanism. It was a way for me to cope with some of the things that I have dealt with. Speaking of that, y'all know what's coming. I got to do a quick commercial break. If you have not gotten my book, Walking Away, you can get it on Amazon where fine books are sold. I also have copies that I am willing to autograph. You can get it from me if you're in the States. it would be $21. If you are not in the States, then you have to contact me and we'll have to figure out shipping, because I know I shipped to Spain and it was $14 and some change. I think I shipped to Australia, it was like 17 and some change. So, but it's also available in the ebook as well, and Amazon has it. So, but yeah, so that was my commercial break for that. If you would love to um, step into a journaling practice, and I'm pushing this because I know that when I wrote my story, it was such a healing journey for me. And when you read it, you think, oh my God. But for me, I lived it. So I thought, oh my God, a lot. And I didn't share a lot with people. I didn't. And so um, it was one of those things that as I wrote it, I was able to heal even more, even though I had already forgiven um, my ex. I forgave him because that's what we have to do. We have to forgive. And the thing is if you don't forgive, it causes so many negative effects in your body. I mean, it really is one of those things that cancer follows, autoimmune diseases follow, and this is something that for me, I've been studying that for a minute. And so I am one of those people that's quick to forgive. And so I don't have issues with that. But the person that I had to forgive the most was me. So in putting that story out and writing it, and to be honest with y'all, it was the scariest thing. One of the scariest things that it was a big scary for me. Okay. And if you heard me before talk about big scary things, it was a big scary thing because nobody knew. I mean, not very many people knew about the story. Not very many people had any idea because we presented a different picture. When we actually split up, people were shocked because we presented a picture that was like a portrait. Perfect family, couple kids, dog, picket fence. Hey, Yvonne, thank you for joining. All these things. And so we tend to do that anyway, especially as women. It's something about that because we want people to see, the perfect picture. We want people to see us in a different light. We want people to, you know, look at us and think that we got it all together. But we don't always. And it took courage for me to share this, and a part of me knew that this was something that I was being called to do. This was something that God wanted me to do. Share this because it has blessed so many people. I mean, I have gotten the most amazing um, messages from people that shared with me how blessed they were just reading that story, and knowing me and realizing that, I could be a whole different kind of way. I could be super bitter. I could be, man bashing. I could be so many different ways as a result of all the trauma and all the drama that I went through. However, I made a choice. I chose not to be filled with drama. I chose not to embrace that trauma. I chose not to live in it. I chose not to have it imprison me. Real talk, y'all. These were choices that I made. And these are choices that you too can make. Your story might not be as horrific as mine was. Because even when I go back and read it, because I still do, and to be honest with you, I've been trying to get it on Audibles. So I had to find another platform because I actually recorded the whole thing on Zoom, y'all. and Audibles will not accept Zoom platform for that. So I had to find another platform, and I have to sit down and take the time to record that on that, because I can see why people don't put their books on Audibles, because it's intense to be able to do it. However, I committed to do that, and so that's what I'm gonna get done, so that people can experience it on Audibles, because there are a lot of people that like Audibles. I like Audibles. I have quite a few Audible books that I have listened to. So I'm grateful for just the opportunity of being able to do that. So again, if you would like to have that opportunity to embrace the healing that occurs as you write and as you open yourself up and share your stories, I would invite you to join me in my group, Writing from Your Soul, Sharing to Heal. We have the most amazing ladies, and a lot of them are on here now, and I'm so excited and grateful. It makes my heart sing because we have such engagement, and people are really showing up, and I love it. I love it, and I love being able to be of assistance to ladies, to help them to share and get to heal. It's such an amazing thing, and I absolutely, my heart is just full, and it's a part of what I feel that I'm called to do, is to help people to share their stories and heal. So I'll be doing some more of that in this new year. I'm actually putting together a team so I can help people to be able to get their healing and share their story if that's something that they desire to do. And if it's, and to me, it's a greater calling because I know the healing that occurs. I feel like I am a much better person because I shared my story, and I'm not even done. I'm not even done. I'm super excited about that, and it's such an amazing thing once you finish and you get that out there. And it's funny because at first I hesitated in even publishing, even though I knew that this is what I was supposed to do. I heard from the Spirit that I was supposed to do this, and this is not even my first book. This is my second book. The first book was an anthology, and it was stories about our mothers. And so I actually opened up and I shared that story first. And it was a story that people didn't know either, because I'm an excellent hider. It is one of my coping mechanisms. I just push shit down, and I know that I do that. So when I shared that story, it opened up a whole nother type of healing. And it opened up a healing that I had been looking for and that I had been craving and wanting. You understand how that feels? It's like you're just craving and wanting it because you know it needs to be done. Some of you have stories of healing that you need to share with healing from your kids. Because sometimes kids can be unforgiving. And sometimes they don't see you for who you really are. So sometimes there are stories that we need to share about that. Sometimes there are stories that we need to share about our fathers, which that's another story that I'm going to share as well. Because it needs to be shared, because people need to heal. And I believe that if I can be a template to help people to heal, and because I have been in this medical field for all these years, almost 30 years, I realized that like last night. Almost 30 years I've been in the medical field. So I've been taking care of people all that time, and even before then, So I know that it's a part of who I am to help people, but now I'm ready to help them on a different level. And I'm ready to help them to be able to heal, because healing is so much freedom. It's so freeing. It takes you to another place. And especially as we are opening up and we are awakening and we are ascending, because these are things that have to happen. We're destined for this to happen. Oh, I missed all these comments, y'all. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lise, thank you so much for joining me. Tina said, amen, healing. Yes, yes, yes. Tina said, yes, I'm a hider too. Phyllis said, you're inspiring me. And Tina said, amen. Yes. And Tina said, I'll buy the book when I get back on my unemployment. Amen. I love that. I got you, girl. I got you. I got you. But I'm super excited. And Starshima said, I was around. You handled much with such grace. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But you know what grace does? Grace allows you to hide. because you don't want to present yourself in a negative light to people. You just don't. I know I didn't. I didn't want people to think, all kind of craziness about me. You know, even in the midst of dealing with all that stuff, you know? And honestly, y'all, I truly loved my husband. I did. And I think that's why I stayed as long as I did. Well, one of the reasons. The other reason is he traveled a lot, so he was gone, which was good. But I truly did. I loved him, and I still love him, and I have forgiven him. And now I have forgiven myself, which was what I needed to do. So if that's something that, is on your heart to do, and you would like to step into that role where you are an example and you are somebody that can be a blessing to other people, that you feeling in that selfless way, then come join us in Writing from Your Soul, Sharing to Heal. Because I'm going to do more healings. I did a healing in there that was phenomenal. I'm going to do more healings because I really believe that that's something that we need. And I'm especially speaking to people that are in their mid to late 40s all the way up into their 60s, because we're dying, y'all. We're dying. And I'm on a mission to stop that. And I know that a lot of it is because of stress and all these things that we carry that we just have to let go. We have to shut it down. We have to let it go. And I'm so passionate about that. And I know that, we have to heal, in so many ways. We need to heal on a molecular level. There's so many things that we need to do. And if I can be a shining example of that, and I have to say, I'm not perfect. I'm not. It's only one perfect, right? I'm not perfect. However, I believe that it's time for us to take those steps, because we are awakening at such a level. And I believe that 2020 has done this for us. I believe if you didn't wake up in 2020, then you're going to stay asleep. Because this has been a year of all years. So anyway, I want to share this card again with those of you that joined us later. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. I'm on Instagram too, y'all. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. So make sure that you open up your mouth. Now, I'm going to be doing some trainings in there about some teachings about our chakras, especially our throat chakra, which is where we would speak our truth. So make sure you join me. I'm so excited about that, y'all. And I appreciate all of you. Y'all know my heart is so full, and I have so much love for all of you joining me today with Morning Coffee. So I'll be back again with Morning Coffee again on Wednesday. It will be the last Morning Coffee of the year. And then I think I'll also do Tuesday Transformation. And I'm going to sit down and figure out a schedule to do some of these trainings, because this week I'm going to do a training on meditation. So I'll sit down and see. I think I got to remember what day we decided. But we're going to do a training on meditation because I believe that that is one of the things that really blessed me. One of the things that I was able to really step into. And I want people to know how simple it is. And I want people to stop getting caught up and hung up in all the minutiae and the foolishness that people have been putting out there. You know, spiritual leaders, they've been putting out things about meditation that discourage people from doing it, you know, and make people think that they can't do it. And so I want to dispel some of those myths and some of those rumors and bring it out there because I truly believe that it's one of those things that has helped to uplevel my life because I meditate at least every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Because truth, y'all, meditation can happen in 5 minutes. You can go to the bathroom and meditate. So I really want to share that. Tina said our body is dying because our soul and spirit is dying daily from so much trauma. Exactly. That is, I could have put it better. That is in a nutshell. Tina is like right on it. And that is so real because, you know, it's so crazy. It's like every day I look up and one of us is dying. And for me, shit, I ain't going out like that. And I don't want none of you to go out like that. You know, I hate to see when I look up on Facebook and I see that, you know, a classmate has died or even a Facebook friend has died. And I've seen a lot of that lately in young people. So it's time. And I'm doing my part to change that. And I hope that you would join me as well. So thank you so much for joining me, y'all. This is Morning Coffee with Tammi. I will definitely be back again with the last morning coffee of the year on Wednesday. I'm going to ask the angels if we could do something special. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And, you know, just know I love you. And you can reach out to me. And I'll drop the link in the comments as well for the group. Tina said, writing from your show, sharing your healing is awesome. Thanks so much for all you do. Oh, you are so welcome. And it is absolutely my pleasure. And I truly enjoy it, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I absolutely love y'all. And I love that group. So y'all have a wonderful day. Bye now. Wow.